ladies and gentlemen, and assorted people of the internet, I am James Phoenix, and welcome here to a little channel we like to call Pez of the Mind. This is another fantastic episode of our running radio play role-play series, Disney Heroes. I am, of course, James Phoenix, your co-creator. My fellow co-creator, Cristobal, could not be with us tonight, but he will hopefully rejoin us next week. Brief apology, we did not have an episode last Saturday, if anybody out there was wondering. There was some timing issues, and not everybody was here on time. It was me. So, there was not an episode, so we're just skipping last week, and tonight will be the third part of our Underworld trilogy. So we hope you enjoy that. Joining me, as always, are my cast members. The best one, Richter Hammer.
Hello. Is this Underworld Evolution, or was that the second one? I don't know.
Not that Underworld series,
Richter.
Oh,
okay.
Good try, though. I respect that. And, of course, the other one, Marcus Shadow.
What's up?
So, yeah, as mentioned, Cristobal's not here, so we're going to kind of wing this. We're going to do the best we can. Please bear with us, and we hope you enjoy this little finale. When we last left our heroes had managed to defeat the Dark Musketeer created by Hades in the Underworld, returning him to Green Mist and to the River Styx from whence he had risen. Hades was not happy about this. One of our characters, Jeff Chen, had been just about to transform up and attack.
Well, this might not be the smartest thing, but Jeff flies at Hades. Well, my friend tried it once. My turn. Jeff breathes fire straight at Hades, knowing full well Hades' hair is fire, but hey, what the heck.
Really? Fire in my realm? You gotta try that? I don't think so. Hades catches the fire in his own hand. He struggles for a moment but contains it, then throws it back at Jeff. The flame hits him, and he goes flying backward, crashing into Jacob, who in turn goes flying backward, hitting one of the nearby rock walls, slumping unconscious.
Ah! Oof. Jeff immediately transforms. Oh, that sucked.
Yeah, guys, maybe charging at him, not the best idea. Noah says, quickly scanning through his watch. Well, the fire didn't work, but Hercules beat him with brute force, so... Noah twists his watch, revealing the form of the beast on the face. He slams it down as the fur ripples and muscle ripple over his body. As he transforms into the beast, he begins running toward Hades. All right, Big Furry, you want to try that? Bring it on! Hades leaps down from his pedestal and begins throwing fireballs at the beast. Beast dodges out of the way and throws a punch at Hades. It catches him and spins him around, but he regains himself, lighting up in red and lighting his hands into fire that forms around the group. You just have to remember, this is still my underworld. I control it. You think you're getting out of here? I told you when you got here you weren't, so get used to it.
Jeff tries to sit up
and then it
falls
just
back
decided
down.
not.
Oh, my head.
You know, it looked like it was looking up for us, and now it's not again. What? No.
You know, unfortunately, he may not be a real god, but he's doing a great job posing as one. Noah says, dodging out of the way of the fire. But, well, we can't do nothing. Any ideas on how to get around this fire?
Well, here, I don't know. I'm gonna try though. David starts messing with the watch as Hades throws a fireball at him. Ah! He falls back and accidentally activates the watch. He looks down at the dial. Oh, blue armor encompasses him, and he looks once again like the genie. Oh, it's party time.
Oh, no.
Hey, it's pretty hot in here, huh? All right, I got this. Genie transforms into what looks like a fire engine with his face on it and begins to spray the water.
What in the underworld is this? I don't even know how to respond to this. Hades is momentarily stumped, his flames actually receding for a minute. The heck with it! Hades lights his flames back up and begins he lights his hand aflame and begins swiping at the genie.
Jeff reaches over to his watch, half dazed, and rotates back to position 1. And then slams down. He's enveloped in a light as he kips up to his feet, a trident appearing in his right hand. All of a sudden, the water from Genie's spray makes an arc and splashes over himself, healing his dazed wounds. Oof. Well, that's convenient.
Oh, great. Some ripoff of my no-good brother. That's just what I need.
Complete with the trident, Hades. Jeff spins the trident, then points it at Hades, unleashing a triple lightning bolt right at Hades' now doused head.
Ah! Hades takes the shot, getting momentarily electrocuted and falling backwards. Hades manages to climb back to his feet, but is clearly weakened. As Hades' weakened form stands up, the crew notice that the underworld around them seems to be, well, the spell holding it together seems to be weakening as a few rocks crumble and things begin dissolving.
Oh, this is not good.
Hades pulls himself up. Fine. Obviously, this isn't going to end here. Catch me if you can, losers! Hades waves his hand, managing to conjure one last wall of fire between him and the gang. He then runs off down a corridor. A fiery portal can be seen emanating from the corridor as Hades disappears.
Oh man, we almost beat the final boss and had his dungeon collapse with him.
Noah, where do you reckon he went to?
Well, I mean, unless they have some other demon realm created, I would imagine back to the park somewhere.
Then that's our ticket home. Jeff picks up Jacob and bolts for the portal.
Agreed. Noah leans down onto Beast's all fours and begins galloping toward the portal.
David, now standing by himself, looks around. Well, time to skedaddle. He jumps up and rotates his legs as smoke emanates, and he takes off like a blue bolt.
Jeff jumps to the side as Genie sprints past him. Whoa!
Gotta go fast!
Ow! Beast spins around in place as Genie runs past him, momentarily dazed. Ow. Come on. The three head through the portal, emerging back in the park. All right, we made it back. Jeff, that was a hard blow. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'll be fine. Luckily, Genie by over there decided to go fire truck, so I managed to heal myself just a little bit.
Well, that's good. But you should probably. One of us is going to have to get Jacob back to headquarters. We can't leave him out here. The other two should look for Hades. He's got to be here somewhere.
The two of you alone can't take him. But my forms, they're just not going to be of any use.
Yeah, it certainly seemed that way. I mean, luckily he brought some water out, but it wasn't working. It was God on God, an equal fight, unfortunately.
Yeah, and who knows where Hades is. If he's not anywhere near water, I'm kind of useless.
True.
Well, man, that may be true, but, maybe it's time you let youth take over, huh?
Adrian
steps out from the shadows and walks up to the group, his arms folded.
I suppose we have you and Alfred to thank for bailing us out of a bit of a spot back there.
Hey, it was your plan, old man.
That's why I try to have a contingency, but... Alright, in the meantime, Adrian, come with me at Big Blue over here. We have to track down Hades. He's running around the park. Jeff, get Jacob back and get him tended to. You know, with how injury prone that guy is, I'm starting to wonder why I put him on this team.
Whoa, a new challenger appears. Good to meet you, buddy. Genie extends his hand.
Adrian grins and shakes his hand. Wow, real life Genie, awesome! Jeff
Yeah.
just shakes his head and walks off. So, what's the plan, leader man?
Noah goes to speak, but then looks around. As he does, a ripple of blue flame can be seen rolling over the park. As the blue flame ripples over, the buildings and attractions suddenly appear in underworld-looking ruins as the park is transformed. That's not good.
Don't worry, I'll find him. Genie spins around and has a brown jumpsuit on with a strange-looking pack on his back and goggles. He holds up a PKE meter and begins to adjust it. He's around here somewhere.
Adrian raises an eyebrow. Last I checked, he was a god, not a ghost.
He's got a point, you know.
Genie swirls around again and looks like an old professor. Actually, I believe it's a demon of darkness, not even a god. But it doesn't matter. We need to find him post-haste.
Okay.
He's right.
He's got a point.
I've got lots of them. Genie then ducks down and several spikes come off of him.
Adrian face palms.
All right, let's think here. Noah stops to think for a minute. All right, Hades, his entire thing, he's attracted to souls, demons, darkness. Where in the park would Hades go?
A graveyard?
Graveyard. Of course. Noah spins around, looking toward the edge of Main Street, USA. As he does, they notice a pillar of flame over the Haunted Mansion attraction. Well, I suppose that answers that.
Adrian
All right,
looks up
score
from the
one for
face
me.
palm. Adrian looks up from the face palm. You might want to bring back the Ghostbuster if we're going in there, Big Blue.
That might not be a bad idea. Obviously, everything in there is supposed to be an attraction with the demon powers. Who knows what they could have brought to life? Most of the ghosts in there are supposed to be silly and friendly, but there are a few I don't know.
Right.
All right, well, Adrian, you better suit up.
I'd rather surprise the big bad, if you know what I mean.
As you wish. Let's get over there. Noah bends down on all fours. He runs under Adrian, picking him up on his back and then taking off toward the Haunted Mansion.
Woo! Run, cowboy! Yeehaw!
Genie poofs a skateboard out of nowhere, and a safety helmet, and of course, elbow and knee pads. Gotta be safe. He then skates off. Whoa!
The crew come down Main Street, USA. Come past the hall, turn left past the castle and the Hall of Presidents, and find themselves near the Haunted Mansion.
Adrian looks at the park behind them. That's all like reversible, right?
So far, anything that the demons have unleashed, we've been able to reverse with the sword of good magic that's left. This should be reversible again, but not while the demon who's causing it is still in power. Hades must have been able to tap into some kind of power source in the Haunted Mansion to restore himself, because he was not in any state to maintain his underworld. So to do this, well, wouldn't require as much power, but it would still require a lot.
He didn't tap into dance magic, did he? Because I've heard that's really crazy.
I don't think so.
Oh, okay, good.
Adrian hops off Beast's back and hits the ground. Well, let's knock.
Agreed. The group go to the front door of the Haunted Mansion and head inside. Alright, the first part of this attraction is walking, and then there's a tram car. So, this is going to be a little tight for me. He hunches down slightly so that the beast's form can fit through the hallway.
You could de-transform.
Yeah, I suppose until we run into him, that's probably going to be easier. Noah spins his watch and slams it down again. Okay, good point. What
Genie
about...
quizzically looks at his watch and taps it. Nope, I think it's stuck.
Oh, great.
Oh, no.
I'll have to fix that later. Maybe we could have at least somebody that can fight on a moment's notice if need be, seeing as you and I aren't in form right now.
Did I just hear that his watch is stuck?
Hmm?
Genie turns toward the camera and smiles. Or is it? He then looks back at the group.
Noah, you better fix that watch. I am not going to be stuck in this goddamn base with him.
Noah checks his watch. Relax, Jeff. I'll find a way to fix it when I get back over there. It's probably just a minor malfunction. We've dealt with a few minor issues with the watches before. For all I know, something with that good magic overload that freed us from the underworld jammed it up. I don't know. We haven't had to actually use that plan before. There's a first time for everything.
Right.
Alfred jumps into the conversation. Nah, man, leave him. He's so much cooler like this.
We'll see. Also, Alfred, thank you for your help in getting us out of there. Good to know I can count on the B Squad when need be.
No problem, man. He salutes even though no one sees it.
Just thought you'd want to know, though. There's quite a large concentration of dark magic at the top of the mansion. You might want to hurry.
Understood. I figure that's probably where he'd be hiding. We'll keep you informed. We'll let you know if we need help. How's Jacob? Did you get him into the medical bay?
Yeah, he's fine. He's still unconscious, but it's just a bump to the head. He'll recover.
Good. This is as far as any of the demons have gotten in terms of power and ability to damage the park. Beyond just simple structural damage, mind you. So, try to get some scans of everything that's going on. With something of this level, we might be able to get a better hold on how the demons are using the darkness to do what they do, and we're going to want to be careful. The good magic field protecting the island should keep it from being transformed by Hades' magic when it gets that far, but other than that, we want to be careful.
Well, the scanners are kind of, going haywire. Have you looked at the park recently?
I'm aware they're going haywire. They're detecting it. I mean, actually go deeper with the scanners. Get some information on exactly how the darkness is being used. We have the tools for this to understand the darkness more than just, it's there. Cut me some slack here. I've been doing this for a while.
All right, I'll see what I can do.
Ask some of the techs there. They know how most of that stuff works. You should be able to figure it out.
Right. All right, enough jibba-jabba. Let's get a move on. Adrian walks up, kicks the door open, and walks into the mansion.
All right. The group heads inside, walking through the first main room part. The ghosts swirl around, but as far as they can tell, still seem to be part of the attraction. Well, that's good for now.
Ooh, spooky. Cool.
It is the Haunted Mansion. That's kind of its purpose.
One of the attraction ghosts pops out right in front of Adrian's face. Ah! Adrian jumps back right into Noah.
Be careful.
I've never been on this attraction before.
Yeah, it's a little scary. I just be careful. We should be okay.
Adrian ducks behind Noah. You're the leader. You go first.
All right, follow me. The group begins walking through the mansion. When hinges creak in doorless chambers, and strange and frightening sounds echo through the halls. Whenever candlelights flicker where the air is deathly still, that is the time when ghosts are present, practicing their terror with ghoulish delight. The dialogue of the ride begins to play despite the transformation.
Genie puts on a red studded coat and begins to dance. 'Cause this is Thriller, thrill of night. Hey! And points at the group, who stares at him.
Right then.
I like this guy.
I like you too, pal.
Kind of surprised we haven't seen anything, dark magic-y yet.
It's okay. Hades is just at the top, gathering it all to obliterate us all at once. He's not going to waste it on making animatronic things attack us. That'd be silly.
Well, either that or he's trying to lull us into a false sense of security. A pair of sliding doors open and they head into one of the expanding rooms. The paintings and usual trappings of the room seem generally normal as they walk through, seeing the normal haunted images of the ride.
So he takes over a haunted mansion and doesn't actually make it haunted. Worst Hades ever.
There is a thunderclap. The lights go out and the ceiling disappears.
Ah!
Don't worry. This is part of the attraction. It's supposed to be anyway. A ghastly vision manifests above them in the form of a skeletal corpse, from which the voice of the attraction seems to be emanating. Okay, that's the ghost host of the attraction. He's supposed to be here. And the ghost host suddenly emerges from the ceiling and begins swiping at them. Not part of the attraction! Not part of the attraction!
Spinal, no! You were my favorite. Genie ducks down while avoiding the sword swipes.
Adrian hits the deck and scampers to a corner. Creepy, creepy, creepy!
Okay, hang on. They dodge around trying to avoid the skeleton who swipes at them. Noah ducks out of the way, trips the skeleton, and slams it into a nearby wall. It goes through one of the portrait holes. That is a two-way window from behind which is a hallway where the maintainers of the attraction pass. He knocks the skeleton through, and it crumbles on the other side. Okay, well that wasn't all that powerful, luckily. Best save our transformation energy for Hades and all this darkness. The good magic is going to be a little bit weaker, I think. But as long as the island is safe, so are we. And with all this, I'm glad we moved it out of the castle when we did. We'd be screwed if we hadn't.
Adrian stands up and walks over to the crumpled animatronic. Wait, so he just kind of brought it to life, but still kept it as an animatronic?
Remember, like you said, his power was weak. The underworld was crumbling. He's focusing his energies on transforming the park, not on lighting up what's in here.
Ah, fair enough. We should probably find some stairs somewhere and get up top.
The group enter the seance area where the face of Madame Leota can be seen on the crystal ball. Madame Leota, the primary ghost of the haunted mansion. Madame Leota begins speaking her haunting lines as the crystal ball levitates off the table. She's not supposed to be levitating, I don't think.
Maybe it's an upgrade.
Madame Leota suddenly has wisps of green energy reminiscent from the underworld emanating from her as some of the spirits around her come to life. Oh, that's not good.
Well, what's the green stuff?
The green mist of the underworld. He used it to bring things to life out of the river Styx. Apparently he still maintained a little bit of that underworld control despite how much we weakened him.
Oh. Crap.
Serpents and spiders, tail of a rat, calling the spirits wherever they're at. Madame Leota, despite being possessed, continues chanting her haunting lines as the ghosts begin to swirl around them.
Adrian runs forward, grabs one of the chairs around the seance table, raises above his head, and takes a swing at the floating crystal ball. Yeah!
The crystal ball goes flying across the room, bounces off the wall, and lands on the floor, cracking. As it does, the green energy continues seeping out. The ghosts around stop moving as they're pulled toward the cracked orb, and as the green energy fully seeps itself out, it flies up through the ceiling. Hades must have recalled the energy. You might be right. He seems to be pulling it all toward him to take over the park. He must figure that once the park is his, what happened to here won't matter, and he can kill us after the fact.
Man, you're a real ball breaker, aren't you? He says to Adrian.
Adrian grins and tosses a chair. Only when I have to be. Come on, let's get up top. He's obviously pulling in a lot of energy here.
The group continues forward and boards the Doom buggies, the on-rails portion of the attraction. This will take us up to the attic. If he's anywhere, he's probably up there.
Yay! Genie sits down, looks excited.
Adrian hops in next to Genie. Let's do this.
The Doom buggies take off on their track toward the attic. As they get closer, more of the ghouls seem to be coming to life, swirling around them. The same green mist can be seen. However, rather than attack them, they simply seem to be floating around, surrounding the car. Well, if they're not attacking us yet, I guess that's a good thing.
I don't know. If he's not using energy to attack us, that means once we get there, we're going to have to deal with all that energy at once.
I know, it's not good. As the Doom Buckies reach the attic and head out, follow the track toward the attic window, they suddenly hear a voice behind them. Surprise! Suddenly, flames erupt on the car and the track crashes. Everything going flying down landing near the bottom of the track in the graveyard below. Ah!
Whoa! Ow! That hurt.
The graveyard has been completely transformed. Ghouls flying all around. The green mist seemingly emanating from the location. He's channeling the underworld through the graveyard.
How appropriate. Adrian stands up and dusts himself off.
Genie pulls himself out of a genie silhouette on the ground. Whoa, trippy, man.
Just a little. So, you found me again. But you're too little too late. You see, your park is mine. And that means I have to get rid of you. And then I'm going to go take your little island over there. Don't think I didn't notice. Hades summons the red flame over his head and begins preparing an attack. He glides toward them, fire on his hand, swiping the fire at them back and forth.
Adrian shoves the two behind him and steps forward, taking the brunt of the fire.
Adrian!
No! He was my favorite one!
A bright light can be seen inside the engulfed flames. As the flames die down, a blue form can be seen, furry with long ears, claws on his hands and feet, and large teeth, a grin on his face. Surprise yourself, Hades.
What's a little blue furball's gonna stop me? You really think high of yourself, kid? Hades continues attacking. Noah dodges out of the way, spins his watch, and slams it down, returning to the form of the beast. Let's try some real muscle. He runs at Hades again, using his claws to block some of the fire, but singeing a bit of the fur as he does. Ah! He drives a shoulder into Hades' stomach, knocking him backwards over some of the graves, but he recovers quickly.
Adrian just keeps walking forward, the fire slamming into him and doing absolutely nothing.
Okay, what is with this? Alright, do you think you're going to water my fire again? Let's see what happens when I turn up the heat! Hades points both hands forward, erupting a giant flame around Adrian's form, channeling his energy into it.
Adrian stops walking and then drops into a crouch, balling his right hand to a fist and slamming that fist into the ground, causing the ground to crack and then raise, knocking the fire away. I don't think so.
It's okay.
Adrian,
I got
Adrian
this.
then lunges at Hades and goes for a right uppercut with about the force of a Mack truck.
How in the hell? Before, as Hades' incredulous reaction finishes, he takes the uppercut to the face. He goes flying backward and crashes into the wall of the mansion. Bah! Ah!
Adrian lands in a crouch. All yours, Big Blue.
All right, here we go. Genie jumps up in the air and transforms into a pair of blades held by a chain and then crashes down into the ground. All right, somebody use me. I'm the Blades of Chaos. If anything can kill Hades, I'm sure it's these things. He then smiles.
Noah pauses for a moment and then proceeds to pick the blades up. I'm the big muscular guy. I guess it'll be me. Beast manages to fit his claws through the handles of the weapon and begins swinging them around on the chains. He goes at Hades who tries to block the shots with fireballs, but the swords merely extinguish each fireball, knocking them back into him as he throws them. Bah, bah, bah. The heck are those things? So I hate white magic. I gotta tell you, I hate white magic. It's such a pain. He continues like fireballs to no avail as they keep getting knocked back into him. No. You won't do this. I am Hades. I am a god. A final fireball hits him and knocks him backward. A voice can suddenly be heard standing from above. No, my dear Hades, you are not a god. You are posing as a god, and right now you're getting in the way of the Master's plan. So I'm afraid your little endeavor failed, and this little excursion is over. Jafar points his snake staff down at Hades. As he does, Hades' power seems to transfer into the staff. No, he's not getting away that easily. Beast runs, leaps in the air, hits his watch, and as he spins around, throws the energy box underneath Hades' form. As the box begins to pull Hades in, as Jafar's staff is also pulling the energy. The two forces fight each other for a moment, until the box seemingly overpowers and pulls Hades' form inside. As it does, the darkness around the park begins fading. That power was mine, you miscreant! Oh, I assure you, you are going to regret that. And, well, Master Scar won't be pleased. Jafar disappears in a puff of red smoke. As the remainder of Hades' magic is pulled into the box, the park steadily returning to normal.
A voice comes over the comms. Did he just say Scar?
Noah twists his watch and turns back into himself. That's what he said. I guess now we know who Jafar's working for.
Adrian stands up and detransforms. That's bad, right?
Well, in his film form, Scar was nothing but a lion with a lot of cunning, but as a demon, well, their powers are based on their actual forms. Their personalities bear an effect on it as well. Scar's one of the most evil villains that Disney has ever created, and to date, one of the very, very few villains to successfully outright kill someone, his brother Mufasa, if you recall. In Movie Just a Lion, in full-on powered demon form from the darkness, I can only imagine what he's capable of.
Oh boy.
We're going to have to regroup and plan to deal with this. I mean, if Hades alone, apparently a more minor demon, could do this, I can only imagine what, for that matter, what Jafar could do if he put his mind to it, let alone Scar himself. We're going to have to regroup.
And we still haven't seen any of the really, really bad villains. We need to get David's watch fixed and get him, well, out of that.
You're telling me. Come on. The park's transformation continues as it resumes to normal. As it does, the group heads back toward the lake. Noah realizes the boat isn't there. I say, David, seeing as you're the genie, do you think you could help us out here?
The genie comes up after sluggishly walking behind them. Sure, I think I got one more, but this one won't be a 3-hour tour. He jumps up and transforms into a small tugboat.
That'll work.
Adrian climbs in, then looks down at his watch. Jeffy, you might want to send some repair crews out here. I kind of cracked up the attic.
Yeah,
Right.
the haunted mansion suffered some damage in the fight. We're gonna need to get that fixed.
Alrighty, I'll send some repair crews out. See you when you get back.
The group rides the genie tugboat over the lake back toward the island, so that they can repair David's watch and prepare for the evils that are to come. And there you have the end of our trilogy, ladies and gentlemen. We hope you enjoyed it. What do you guys think?
Yay! That was fun.
Indeed.
I thought it worked out well. I was hoping for a little more jokes with Genie, but I have to admit I did laugh at some of them, but that's just because I got most of them. I was like, oh god.
It was good. They were good. They were good. I love the Blades of Chaos. That was great.
Yeah.
That was a funny joke.
And I have to thank you, Richter. I have to thank you for going fire truck in hell.
I didn't even think about it. I was just like, well, he's got to put out the fires.
Yeah, that worked out very well, so he could use the Triton thing. So that worked out well. We had a lot of reforms. The problem is Hades being a god, he was never defeated in his movie, so we never really saw that much weakness of Hades other than another god physically attacking him. So that's
Right.
why I tried to have Beast muscle him around a little bit, but I figured it would make more sense if Jafar showed up and cut his power, which is what allowed us to capture him in the first place. Because it made sense that Hades is all powerful and they want to take over, but Hades was getting a little big for his britches. Scar wouldn't have wanted that, so I figured it made sense for the
Right.
story to do that.
Well, also Hades has never fought anyone else outside of his own universe, so to speak, aside from Aladdin. Which is why I thought Stitch was the perfect one, because I realized, oh wait, Stitch is fireproof. Hades can't fucking touch him.
To be honest, I haven't seen Lilo and Stitch. I didn't know that, so that worked.
I haven't seen it either, but when I chose the form, at the beginning of this whole thing, I when I made the character, I actually looked up what Stitch's powers were, because I was looking for different powers. And the thing that attracted me to Stitch was his super strength. He's super strong, which is why I did the whole
Right.
crack thing in the uppercut. And he's got other powers. He's like bulletproof and fireproof and shit. And I'm like, wow, okay.
That is pretty cool, yeah. I apologize if I stumbled through the Haunted Mansion, but I was bringing up the attraction because we were going all the way through a big attraction for the first time, so I wanted to make sure there was at
Right.
least some level of accuracy to it. And I was trying to figure out good places for us to fight, so as I was going through, like, we'll do a fight in Madame Leota's room, we'll go out to the graveyard, we'll do the big areas. I figured it would work.
It worked. Although I was kind of disappointed Ghostbuster didn't come back.
That was kind of funny.
I wanted him to bust out, especially when we had like ghosts rolling around us in Madame Leota's room. I wanted him to be like, all right, it's time to bust some ghosts.
Knowing him though, the like proton gun would probably just shoot out like those fucking joke snakes that are in the peanut cans. Like I don't even think it would work.
That is true.
True. Well, it would, except you have to remember this isn't actual Genie. This is powered by light magic Genie, so it would work to some degree.
Yeah.
And then he'd be confused as to why it worked.
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah. No, if you really wanted to make it funny and fit the radio play, he should have fired it and missed.
Ha! You're right.
Yes. Oh, why didn't you think of that?
Well, when it was on the roof, I was gonna make a comment about like, oh, is there gonna be a giant marshmallow man versus a mech up there? But
That would have been funny also.
I should have missed. You're right.
All right,
But yeah,
folks.
so
Well,
what did you guys think of my choice of Stitch?
I thought it was good. I liked that. I couldn't remember what forms you had, so that was cool.
Yep, that's why I intentionally didn't transform until I got up there because I wanted the big dramatic moment of Adrian shoving everyone out of the way and just taking the fire.
That was very cool. I like that.
Yeah.
That was good. All right. Well, thank you everyone at home for joining us. We hope you enjoyed the episode. We'll see you next week for another fantastic episode of Disney Heroes. I'm James Phoenix. Peace.